Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Toon Review. And tonight we have a fan forum. Serious lack of games going on, of course, at the minute. But hey ho, we'll try and bring you the best that we can. Very sorry for the lack of videos and live streams going on this channel at the minute. But well, let's just say that it's crap without me MacBook. So I'm hopefully getting that back in the next couple of days, and then everything will be restored. So more shows, more recordings, etc., etc. It's just this Windows laptop is about as strong as a dead ant. So it's just crap. Alex, good evening.
Evening.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. I'm missing football. We're missing our team playing football anyway. Been watching some other teams, but
yeah. Well, there has been a bit of obviously I did a daily news earlier on today. News on obviously Wilson and Trippier, which is good news, really. The fact that they could be back for the Palace game in April, which would be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, Chris Wood bagging a couple of goals for New Zealand, but a goalkeeping situation where it looks like we are big in the market for a goalkeeper. A couple of goalkeepers obviously already mentioned. Henderson, Man United. Johnston at West Brom, and Kepa suddenly from nowhere has come into play. Stephanie, thank you for becoming a member. I think that's just a renewal. I know you have been a member, so welcome back into the fold. If you do enjoy the show tonight, guys, please do stick a thumbs up on the video for us. And also, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. Less than 140 away now from 10,000. So we are very, very close. And if you do want to join the show tonight, join us live. The link is pinned at the top of the live comments. We've got a few guys waiting, so we may as well bring them in straight away. We got Chippers, we got Ryan, and we got the King of Qatar. Good evening, fellas.
That's it. There's no one else. Thought there'd be more.
Unfortunately, there isn't at the minute. I don't know where everybody is. I think they've got a football hangover. So, but obviously for Newcastle fans, there's still plenty to go through. Obviously, talking about the 3 games in 7 days, and then obviously some of the news about Trippier and Wilson coming back into the fold, hopefully within the next month. And then you've got obviously the ongoing saga of Mr. St. Maximan, which seems to just keep going and going. He's fighting back on his Instagram account now, and he's not a happy bunny. But for me, the best way he's going to prove himself is on the pitch, and we'll come on to that shortly. Josh, we'll go through a couple of comments. Just give us the Champions League now. No FFP. Spider's in the house. Good evening. And he also agrees that it sucks that there's no football at the minute. Gary's in the house. Good evening, everyone. It was good to see Wilson doing some light training in Dubai. Indeed. Novik just got back from doing a circuit class that involved doing a beep test. I can understand why the lads were blowing out their asses when Eddie put them through it.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's one of the worst things you can do. We used to do it in pre-season training for the ice hockey, and I'll tell you what, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Spider says good news on Trippier and Wilson. Can't wait for them to be back. Could we dream of a top 10 finish this Spider? Look, listen, I'd be happy just finishing out of the relegation this season and then bombing on next year. Does it really matter, Alex, where we finish?
Not particularly. I mean, it used to, because it helped with finances. You do get more TV money and depending on where you finish. But right, for us now, is that really necessary? Not really. The more important thing is to be safe as soon as possible, because then it opens the window for pre-contract agreements, free agents. We can start to get the summer rolling in a bit quicker. So it's more about securing safety, less about the final position, really. That's probably more important for us, so then we can sort out contracts and new arrivals.
Fair enough. Louis says, by the way, on the thumbnail, Alex, you look like Richard Hammond. I'm not sure how you should take that, but from a man that doesn't smile ever in Louis, I wouldn't take that as a bad thing. Spider says, Mike Dean to quit being a ref at the end of the season. Yes, that was tremendous news. Exactly right. Thumbs up. But the bad thing is he's going to continue being a full-time VAR referee, which kind of, lessens the excitement about the fact that the monumental bell end will be no more. He's still going to be hunting behind that camera. And I don't think really, Ryan, that's... if he's going to retire for good and get lost.
what good is a shitty referee on the pitch? How much better could he actually be behind a screen in a trailer, wherever the VAR room is? Like, they need to revamp the whole system, get rid of all these fraud old grandpas out of the game now, and get foreign refs to eliminate bias too. You know, I refuse to call the Premier League the best in the world when the officiating is completely crap. Go and get the Premier League should hire all the refs that are in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I've watched a lot of, given the access to football that I've got now through friends overseas, shall we say, I'm watching a lot of the European stuff as well. And I have to say, the refereeing seems to be so much better. Some of the decisions I can't really get on board with. I think some of them are very, very bizarre overseas, including VAR, but I think the referees in general are better. I mean, I watched the Clasico on Sunday night, and my God, Barcelona just wiped the floor of Real Madrid, completely wiped the floor.
Yeah.
They did have a funny offside thing where the linesman flagged for offside, but the ref didn't blow the whistle, so everybody carried on. And they scored.
Aubameyang's goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was a funny one. We don't have that happen in the Premier League. I've never seen that in our league, but that was a funny one because the flag doesn't technically mean stop. It's only the whistle.
One thing I'll say as well about the refs too, like, I don't know if they do anymore, but in the Champions League they have refs at both ends to like get a better angle and view if things are penalties or not. Why don't they get
next to the goal line? Yeah, next to the goal.
They should do that more often too. I'd be in favor of that. But at the same time, it can't be more of these Premier League refs that are already officiating. It needs to be a whole new slate cleaned. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. You guys know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
I think that guy was introduced though before goal line technology came in. They used to put somebody next to the goals on either side in Champions League games before we had goal line technology, and I think. Do they still stand there in Champions League games? I
don't think they do now.
Sure.
I've never seen them. Having said that, I think this offside rule has to just disappear out in the summer because it's absolutely, this offside rule where the linesman doesn't pull his flag up until, whatever. I just don't get that. If he's offside, put your flag up, get on with the game. Why waste a minute of attacking football when the linesman knows he's going to put his flag up for offside? It makes no sense. I mean, I can understand in a way just if he's through on goal, he finishes it off and, you go back to VAR, they decide if it's a goal or not. But in general, it's a terrible, terrible rule. Chippers, yes or no, getting rid of it?
Yeah, I mean, look at the Liverpool game on Sunday. For me, I thought Jota was offside, but because it was his arm that was offside, is your arm attached to your body? You know what I mean?
Listen, sorry, that was offside in my opinion. Yeah, he was offside. Even when they stopped the play on VAR, it was offside. So is that another one going, oh, hey ho, it's Liverpool, let's just say we'll draw a line here and then let's get on with the game? Who knows? I thought Forest played very, very well on Sunday night and deserved more out of that. Strangely, they missed a sitter right before Liverpool scored. I mean, how he put that wide, I will never know. But again, it's taking your chances against these big teams. King of Qatar.
How you doing, mate?
Sorry, go on, Sam. 2 seconds.
What I was going to say is what needs to happen is Mike Riley needs to be sacked or needs to be removed from his position because it starts at the top. I said after the Chelsea game, it starts at the top and it works its way onto the pitch. And for some reason, like with the Hayden situation, why is no one came out and had to go at the referee for getting two decisions wrong? But yet Hayden's one to get punished. Exactly, yeah. He didn't even kick a football in that game. When the referees got it wrong, it's like there's been no mention of it at all.
Because they're not responsible for the decisions at the minute. They're not. They don't have to answer. And Mike Riley can say all he wants about saying, "Oh, it's all done behind the scenes. It's all sorted out behind the scenes." We discussed this with the referees and bullshit, right? These managers have to come out after very important football matches straight after and give their opinion on the game. So why isn't a referee brought to justice, if you like, by the media, by the fans, by getting him in front of the camera straight after the game and asking him why he made that decision? It makes no sense. They get away with blue murder, man. It does my napper. Scott says, only recently started watching this. Always supported Newcastle, but until the new owners, it was hard to have that much of an interest, to be honest. Scott, I agree. It was very hard doing shows when Newcastle were losing week in, week out. Roy, good news on the injury front with Trippier and Wilson. Hopefully back for the last 5 games.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully by then we're safe anyway. But yeah, it will be good. I'm sick of Wood. I actually watched him last night. He was shite. I know he scored 2 goals, but Fiji, I ranked about 160, 170.
Fiji. I mean, yeah. Look, I said in my video earlier on that, well done to him. He's become New Zealand's all-time top scorer. But when you're playing against Fiji and Solomon Islands and Wigwam United and all of this kind of stuff, I'm sorry, but fair enough. You're the country's top scorer.
Do you not think it's the equivalent to when we play likes of Panama and San Marino and things like that?
Well, yeah, it is.
No.
I see it from my end too. Like some of the tiny countries in North America, like they're just garbage, man.
Like Canada.
No, well, last week we had I watched Cook Island play, and they haven't played an international match for 7 years.
Who the hell are the Cook Islands? Where are the Cook Islands? What is that? Just an island full of? Is that just an island full of chefs who cook things? What is it?
Ramses and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it a chef university?
I shouldn't say this, but none of them looked in shape. One of the teams played a local team in Qatar who's not even a football club, and I think it was 2-1.
Oh God!
And this is a national team against a little local lad. So I don't think Chris Wood scoring 2 was a big achievement.
Yeah. Dublin, good evening. Long time no see.
Oh, what's the crack? I've been busy.
How are you doing, mate?
I bet he hasn't on.
Chippers? No. That's for either the Horseman or John Sinclair's channel.
He was doing a Man United stream, so.
Do you know what? Chippers messaged me earlier on tonight and said about him wearing his Newcastle shirt. He's literally got it on every show now.
Yeah.
He's trying to prove something.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's been painted on him. But the thing is, most of the people commenting on the show tonight are Man United fans. So make of that what you will, guys. But, you've got to love him for trying anyway. Good evening, Steph. Hope you're well. I caught Stephanie out earlier today. She made a comment on my video, and she sounded like Simon Cowell. The way she said, it's a no from me. They're talking about one of the goalkeepers. Scott says, love this channel now. There is hope again in the Toon army. Indeed, there is, my friend. Ronald's in the house. Good evening. Andrew says, keep on rising. Susan's in the house, backstage modern. Evening all says, Joel Linton is a beast. I like that username. Very good. Good evening, Julie. Lots of people in the house. What's this one from Alex? Thoughts on the rumours that anyone?
Huh?
Anymore. That's anymore.
Thoughts on the rumours?
Thoughts on any more rumours, probably.
Well,
yeah.
Talking about transfers or?
Latest I heard is Neymar from Sky Sports.
Give our, will you?
What a lot of bullshit.
Actually, on a serious note about Neymar, right? I mean, I know some
most overrated player ever.
Well, yeah, some people have had a bit to say on Neymar, and I will as well, right? Because good evening, Rohan. He's in the house. I just want to say, right, I don't think I'd want Neymar at Newcastle, and I can't believe I'm saying that, given the crap we've been through for 14 years. But I don't really. So Neymar for me. I mean, did any of you guys see his penalty for PSG a few weeks ago? I think they were playing Lille or Lens. I can't remember who it was. And he literally just swaggered up to the ball for a penalty. And just
it was terrible.
Keeper. Oh, I mean, that was shameful. It was absolutely shameful. And if I was one of his teammates, I would have bollocked him for that. But I don't think he would have got a bollocking off any of his teammates or Pochettino, because he's got it's just, the way he is.
He's getting booed, isn't he? He's getting booed off his own fans and that.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I don't think we could afford him anyway. I think he would break our wage structure.
He would destroy the wage structure,
We're trying to go up in increments. I don't think we could go straight to
that.
It would just ruin the plan. I don't think we've got the money for that right now.
I don't know if
to be honest, I don't think he's the kind of player we want either. To be honest, Alex, I mean,
absolutely not.
You know,
yeah,
we're going
I
about
agree.
ASM not being a team player.
Yeah.
Neymar's.
That's what I was about to say.
I mean, if we brought him in, he'd be the best player at the club. But I'd prefer to get somebody 3, 4, 5 years younger with more potential. Half
but
the
Alex,
wages.
we could get 3, 4, 5 more.
Exactly.
Very good players for what we pay for Neymar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's about squad building. We can probably bring in a big brand signing that's not him and not destroy the wage structure. Like, there's a lot better out there for us. Not just about football. There's a lot of boxes to tick. So
I saw his documentary and he just felt sorry for himself the whole documentary. And like, he should have never left Barca because that whole PSG team is run, and that's a team we should not be following. Of just buying all these stars for brand and attention. You got to build an actual proper team, not like this fake Galactico crap that they're trying to do.
The thing is, with PSG are now getting, you know, if you look at PSG over the last few years, and every season it's right, we're making a run for the Champions League. This is what we've built up for. This is it. This is the team that is going to win the Champions League. And year on year, they fail to win the Champions League, and it just disappears down the Swanee.
I mean,
and
there's
it's
an interesting
always
conspiracy
blamed on the manager.
But Roy might know. There's a conspiracy regarding what you're saying there. Roy might know more in Qatar. There's a few like economist / football journalist hybrids have come out and said that this has been a plan to try and promote it for the Qatari World Cup over this period of time, and that they're going to drop their toy after the World Cup, and that they're not happy at the moment. I don't know how much that sort of theory's got legs, but I've heard it being floated around that the point is to improve Qatar as a brand and get the World Cup done, and then sort of, not give it as much attention anymore. Have you heard anything about that?
No, they are really trying to go for the Champions League every year now.
He was actually talking about Neymar, funny enough, Alex. He's just finished his comment off the rumours that Neymar's been linked to the Toon. Yeah, carry on, Roy.
No, they're trying to win the Champions League. Everyone's got it, even here. But that whole club, I don't want Newcastle United to end up being run like that. I'd rather be like a City or Chelsea, but not PSG.
You look at PSG as well. Their form in the league every season is deteriorating. It's getting worse. I think it's not improving. It's like
I think
it was 3-0 a couple of days ago.
He'll win it last year. I mean, you have to laugh when PSG don't win the league, because the squads that they have year in, year out, they should win that league at a canter. There is no doubt about it.
I don't know about the league. Sorry, go. No, I think I don't know, but I kind of disagree with Chippers, because I feel like the players there, there's good players that come out of that league, like Mahrez, Hazard, Drogba. Like they become on to be successful players from there. I think it's just more of the case that PSG are on another level compared to
it's sort of there's individual players come out of that.
Balance. Their midfield is Danilo Herrera.
I mean Herrera. What's he got? 55.
Yeah. It's just it's the most unbalanced squad.
I mean, they've still got players there who I thought had retired long ago. Like what's that? Draxler. I mean, I was a big fan of his years and years ago, and then he's still there.
He's not old. He's 29, 30?
Well, no, but what I'm saying is he's been there. Like, he seems to have been there for years and years and years.
Well, because they hoovered up all the talent.
Age.
Idris Gueye as well, at the same from Everton a few years ago.
Idris Gueye, yeah.
I can't believe they're not playing Wijnaldum. Like, he should easily start in their midfield, and it's
he's not a Pochettino type. But I don't know why he signed for PSG. I think it was.
But Poch is like one of the most overrated managers.
Yeah. Jim goes on to say, anybody else having withdrawal symptoms? The break is good, but missing the Toon. Figure we can make top 10. No more game jams. Hang in there, Paul. Luke says, thanks, Paul, for the reply on YouTube. You're very welcome, matey. Anything to have a dig at Baz, really. I mean, I'll reply to anything. Evening all says AS Games. Anyone have an idea about when it says that I can't use Newcastle jerseys, etc. at the hospitality thing at St James's? Does that include while I'm watching the match as well? First time. It does. You're not allowed. And this is why, when people invite me to go in there, I won't, because it's not the same. For me, I don't get the same, atmosphere. You have to wear certain, I think it's smart casual.
Get the black and white tie on, Paul.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm not sitting there waving my tire boot. You know what I mean? And then having to put it back on when you go inside for your posh bloody meal and all that at half time. So I'd rather be, with my mates,
Is that a pretty new rule? because
Standing in the rain.
I went in my Newcastle top in that end for my birthday against Arsenal. You know, the 2-1 at home. I was wearing my full shot, and obviously I got a picture with like Amiobi, and I saw like Gaza and stuff all.
I was
wearing my Toon shirt there. So.
Rohan, I wouldn't broadcast too much about a photo with Amiobi, mate. I mean, you know.
Well, at the time, he wasn't the loan manager when it happened.
Well, it's listen, all I know is when I went into the corporate thing for this meal and stuff with who I was working for at the time, and we were all told smart casual, no trainers, all this kind of stuff. And it may have changed, I don't know, but we'll see. Ken says, God, these bloody comments take ages to come. I press the button and it takes 3 seconds for them to come on the screen. Hell's teeth, man. Bloody Windows, sort your shit out. Paul, you talked about keepers for the Toon. Well, as an ex-keeper, Dean Henderson, best of the three mentioned, but I would go for Kelleher at Liverpool, only 23, top keeper, and in my opinion, will go on to be the world's best keeper. He played in the cup final, didn't he? Against...
He did,
Yeah.
He looked good.
Long ago.
But is that maybe Liverpool defence help him in? Like,
yeah, I don't know if the world's best keeper based on what, the cup run. I mean, I don't know how many games he's played, but that's a big shout for world's best keeper. Well, in the future.
Yeah, he's saying future. I mean,
Yeah.
he is rated very highly, and obviously very, very highly by Jorgen. You know what I mean? So he's very confident he's going to become a good keeper. But to me, Alisson's kind of going to be there for quite a few years, I think, to be honest.
Yeah. It looks like they're trying to bring in competition for Dubravka like right now, or maybe bringing somebody over the top of him. So I can't see us going for a up and coming necessarily.
Yeah, Henderson for me is the goalkeeper. I think he's good, and I think he's a very, very good goalkeeper. Definitely not Kepa though. He's got so many errors in him.
Like David Raya, because I think that's a good shout.
You don't need another bad apple in the team.
There's a lot of good second choice keepers out there, to be fair.
There is, but I think Eddie Howe's looking for a number one, to be honest, and a number one for many, many years. I just think I really do genuinely believe that there's an element of doubt in Eddie's mind about Dubravka. I don't know why. I just have this feeling that he's not 100% happy with him, and he wants a full-blooded number one in the summer. But again, time will tell on that. Truls has read today that the club won't stand in Dubs' way if he wants to leave. Well, I've never heard anything about him wanting to leave, to be honest. So, again, time will tell. Steph says, yeah, it's just a renewal when it hasn't taken it out of my bank. Oh, well, thank you very much. I don't know why that does that. Some people get auto-renewed. Some people don't. Do you have to make a selection?
I think you had to take the box.
Oh, you have to tick the box, do you?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Matthew says Dubravka hasn't been the same since that injury, in my opinion.
Which one?
Well,
the one that he was out.
Times, but listen,
after the Euros.
I think he's been all right the last couple of games. I mean, I missed something.
Yeah, I don't think his problems were
well,
reaction. I think they were more decision making and flapping and distribution, which is not injury related. That's just him. He's always had that in his game. He flaps a bit or.
Yeah. Before that big injury, remember Darlow got a good run for a while because he was out injured for a good while. Dubravka was like, he was amazing. Like he'd run through you to get the ball and all that. Now he just doesn't look like he's up for getting injured again. He has that kind of doubt. I don't want to get injured.
So his best season was 1920, I think.
1920? We weren't even born.
I was thinking that too.
2020.
Yeah, I mean, Dave's right. If he gets injured
2019, 2020. Yeah, I'm only joking, Rowan. I knew what you meant.
No. I can be.
How long's his contract got left? Do we know?
Well, if he signed in 1920, a bloody long time by the sound of things.
I think he's got 3 more years in the summer, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got quite a while then. He should be fine.
Yeah. Trolls, thanks for the 50 krona, mate. As usual, very, very kind, mate. Thank you so much. Kevin says, Paul, I'm a Geordie living in Thailand. How could I get involved on your panel? Well, basically, the link is at the top of the live comments, Kevin. If you've got a mic or a laptop or whatever, just click the link and it'll bring you into the green room, as we like to call it, or as I like to call it, the convicts room.
Send bin.
Well, yeah. Luke says, I've heard of the Atletico Madrid goalkeeper contacting Trippier about coming over. Oblak would be a very good goalkeeper for Newcastle.
Yeah.
How old is he now? Because he's another one that's been around for a while, but I don't think he's that old.
I think he's 29.
Hold on.
I can hear everybody bashing on the keyboards, desperately trying to find out.
He's 29.
29.
1 second.
29. There you go.
Dubravka's contract also ends in 2025.
Interesting.
3 years.
Spider says, why do we need second string keepers? Why not go for goal and get the best at the top of their game? I agree with that. If we're going to go for a goalkeeper, go for a top one who's playing very well. Toon Dave says, if we are safe and sound by the time Wilson and Trippier are back fit, would you risk them back or leave them to recuperate for the new season? Now, this is what I was going to ask you guys, because if we are safe, do we risk them for the last 5 games? Now, personally, I'd say yes, because the professional footballers at the end of the day, and they're not going to want to sit on their asses till next season now. If they're fit and they've got 5 games left, they'll want to play. And I can't see Eddie Howe leaving somebody like Trippier. Maybe he's Wilson, because he's so up and down with his fitness. But Kieran Trippier, Dublin, I think he's got to start.
Oh, fucking yeah. Like, if I get injured and work and I say I'm better now, but they can't go, can I come back to you next month, even though I feel better now? Like, if you're fit, you play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely play. If he's fit, if he's on the bench, he can play. So he needs to play. I don't think they'll put him straight in. So it'll be a gradual.
Ease him back into it, yeah. Ease him back into it.
So the first game is Palace, so they might come on in the second half or something, and then it might be the third game after that, and then might get a start. I don't think just jump in unless they have a couple of friendlies for.
Well, in behind closed door stuff and things like that they can do as well. Ryan, were you surprised to see Kraft in the team at Everton?
Yeah, I was. I thought Manquillo should have started, and to be honest, I said to Alex at the end of the game, I thought he was all right. Him and Bruno could probably have their heads held up high, and going forward. But like the rest of the game, like I don't think it wasn't really too much quality from all the other players. But
I mean, Jim makes a point. Jim makes a point there, saying Everton getting stuffed by Palace shows how knackered we must have been. I mean, Everton were ranking against Palace, and I think it did highlight to me that, second half.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I think I was wrong. I think because I said a few weeks ago.
Sorry, I think
I was wrong.
Alex,
partially wrong.
Hang on, hold the phone. Can you just
hit record?
Just a little bit slower?
Hit record.
Just a little bit slower. And Susan, screen record this, please, for a quick YouTube short.
I was partially
Alex
wrong.
has got some big news here. Just a bit slower, right in front of the camera, Alex. Just nice and clear.
No, I've said it 3 times. So the fitness thing from the training camp. The fitness. I thought it was more. They were just pushed really hard by Brighton and Southampton. I didn't think they were coming to the end of a cycle and were really knackered. But I think maybe I was wrong on that, and I think it's a combination of all of it. They are coming to the end of that cycle from the Saudi Arabia camp, and the games were tough, and a few of the lads had sickness and little niggles. I think it was a combination of the 3, so I think it wasn't completely what I said. So this rest is very well needed. The lads were so knackered. I think it was, again, I think I stand by my 4-0 prediction. I think if the lads weren't half sick, half niggly injured, I think we go and stuff them. I really do.
And I think
we were just unfortunate.
Yeah. 4 away games too. Like I feel like it does put a bit of a mental strain on the players a bit. But now it's going to 6 games in a row because we got Tottenham and Norwich after. Like, how do we get 6 away games, man? I can't believe it. We just got to pull through it though.
If you look as well, right, we should have been playing Palace on Sunday as well, not Everton in the league.
Yeah, that would have been a joke by the Premier League too. We should have had that Everton game on Wednesday for an extra day rest, but no, there's Champions League games.
Can you imagine if we played that? We were knackered anyway. Like,
exactly.
I think we would have seen Gale get a start because there was just people wouldn't have been able to do it.
Or we would have seen a couple injuries if they had just stayed. So.
But look, at least it happened after a great run of games, though. So it's not like we went out like that after losing another 14 games in a row. Like,
I think I think we should just flip it. We've only lost 2 games in 11. That's the positive. It's 2 defeats in 11 games.
You're going to get tired of
unbelievable.
it. The way the games were rolling, like you're going to get tired.
Yeah. Ryan, what did you think of the fans' response? I mean, obviously, I didn't see what was on Twitter. I just saw sort of Facebook comments and stuff on various groups, and I didn't quite get it, and I saw one in particular comment that stuck out a mile away, saying "sack Howe now." And I cannot. I mean, what is it with this fan base that we go on such a good run?
Most of them are trolls,
and then all hell breaks loose.
I mean, yeah, like you could look into it and say, yeah, it's trolls and stuff, but like, there's definitely a few people that actually mean like how out. It's like, how does that make any? I don't get it, man. Like,
plastic fan.
How can you top out that quickly? Like for me, it was Steve Bruce the most. Like I topped out quickly on. It was after we got annihilated by Leicester, but like Eddie Howe's trying to build something here. The main objective is just to survive relegation, which we will, and the next season just build on from there. Like late at night sometimes I like watching the old Eddie Howe videos because I want to see what he's more about. Like I want to learn more, and like he's just so workaholic and he's so determined to do well for this club. Like he's giving he's giving his heart out. Like he does.
I think he's going to be a legend.
He does
I genuinely believe that.
He does like 12 hours for our club each day, 12-hour days, and like he just expects the players to just give some respect back and buy into him what he's doing.
Is it right that FFP's been binned, by the way?
That's what I was just about to ask you. Did I miss something?
Yeah, there was an article.
Hold on.
I saw that Tariq Panya. I mean, I didn't see it because I blocked him because he kept having to go to Newcastle. But
I mean, if that is the case, I mean, woohoo! By the way, let's just get the sudden checkbook out now. You know what I mean? I mean, no financial fair play. Let's just spend the whole of Piff's money.
Just like give with the league.
What is
give
it? Like 100.
It's by like 5 players that are like 100 million. It's not
no
by
salary cap.
It's by like 5 or 6
won't be able
players.
to spend more than 70% of their income after a transitional period of 3 seasons.
Well, yeah, but if our income's like 900 billion or whatever it is, and we can only spend 70% of that.
Where are you guys finding that?
That's not a lot of money, is it?
What if,
Jesus, man!
What if the Saudi owner decides, I'll make it law over in Saudi Arabia to make that every citizen has to buy every kit?
Yeah.
20 million kids a year.
Mandatory, yeah. I hope the Newcastle women's team win their cup match. Would be nice to get a cup 2 years in a row. Also, when will they start playing at St James's? Listen, I think when they build the training facility, I have a feeling that they're going to incorporate maybe a ground for the youngsters and the women to play at. A little ground where they can. I don't think it'll be at St James's Park that they'll play always there. Maybe it's the big games they will, but I'm not sure about like permanently. I know the likes of Arsenal and that they play sometimes at the Emirates in a big game. The ladies' team, if they're playing like Chelsea or someone like that. But then I think they use Barnett's ground most of the time. But we'll see. Davey says we might have a good end of season with our best players coming back. Yep. Toon Dave mentions Kalina for sure if he's involved, as he was someone you didn't piss around with on the pitch and accurate too. Listen, I've always said that I would love to see somebody like Kalina come in and take over the referees in this country, because I think the guy is just a monster, Roy.
Yeah, he works. He actually works for FIFA now, so he's in charge.
I know, yeah. That's the problem.
I got a girl's name.
Yep. He's actually managed to. He started fixing the one in the Italian league, Serie A. Because if you remember, mid 2004,
that guy.
5. Yeah, you remember Juventus and deducted points, and they got relegated, and Milan got deducted points as well.
Yeah, they did.
It was horrendous. There was like Mike Dean's angel compared to the twats in that league at the time.
Never say that live on YouTube, Roy, please.
Okay.
I'm disgusted that you actually said that.
You just need to cut the end of it. Yeah. Mike Dean's an angel, and just clip.
Compared to them.
Mike Dean is an angel should never, ever be said. Mike Dean is a monumental bellend, should always be said, but he is not an angel. And, I take, he personally, when Newcastle fans were singing at Liverpool, "It's all about you," he personally went like this to me. He was looking at me. I swear to God he was. And I'll never forgive him for that. Anyway, Mark says, evening, fellas. Hope you're all well. I'm battling COVID for the second week running. Thank God for the Toon review to watch. Cheers, Mark, and get yourself well soon, mate. I know what it's like. It ain't pleasant. Richard says, draw at Spurs and 2 wins from the following 3 home games, and we're definitely safe. Can then enjoy the rest of the season with Trippier and Wilson back. Geordie Riffs are in the house. Good evening. It's interesting because we've got another away game next, which is obviously at Tottenham. Can we get a result, Rowan, down there?
Well, it all really depends. Obviously, I trust us to go there and perform and work hard. It's just if Tottenham don't turn up, then we can beat them. Because if you look, they lost to Southampton at home. I think it was 3-2. They've lost at home to, I think they lost to Wolves as well. So they are beatable at home. But it's all about, I think they struggle to break down teams that sit off them. I mean, we won't sit off them because we'll press a bit, but we won't have the majority of the ball like we did against Everton. So
I think we should be fitter than we were.
Yeah, we'll be fitter. We'll be recovered, obviously, from the break. I think we can go there and get a good result. I'd probably back a score draw, but that's before learning about who might be back or whatever. So,
Judy Hobbs, thank you for the £5 super chat. She says Mike Dean could be an angel. I mean, technically, Satan was one. Also, love to everyone on the show. Yeah, exactly. Satan was technically an angel. We have a troll.
There you go.
Would you like to see the comment?
Go on, man.
It's from Alan, who says the same old crap on the channel every week. Same old people. Get some new faces. These ones are a bit backward.
Why don't you come on, Alan? Yeah.
Well, my beard's coming back.
We've had
by the way, just a point to Alan. It's called Fan Forum, but these guys here are technically what the Fan Forum is. They come on every week, giving up the time to come on and make the show what it is, and they are part of the channel for the Fan Forum. Every single one of them. And they come on most weeks, and that's what it is. It's a fan forum. These guys are part of the Fan Forum. So is that too difficult for you to, get in your head? Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, the topics are all relevant.
The Fan Forum. My God.
We talked about FFP. We talked about the international break. Yeah. We talked about the injuries. Yeah. It's all relevant information. What do you want them to talk about? Like the grass and the wind, like Jurgen Klopp.
Or hatching eggs. Something like that, Alex. You know what I mean?
It still says he's in chat.
So we'll talk about Ruby's last episode next week. Can we talk about that for
Yeah,
talk about sex, baby.
Shut up, Roy. I don't want to know about your time in Crocodillos, my man. What's the news on Dan Ashworth? Seems to be dragging on a bit. Look, it's dragging on a bit simply because they can't come to any compensation deal at the minute. I'm sure they will eventually, and it'll all be sorted out. And Dan Ashworth will be in the summer. Newcastle, obviously, I don't think they're pushing that as much as they will do come the end of season because I think they've got more important things to be looking at the minute, to be fair. But I think they'll get him in very early in the summer and get him to work straight away, i.e. bringing new faces in. Tom says the problem with VAR is Mike Riley, who heads up PGMOL. Alex, what the hell is that?
I can't remember what the acronym stands for.
That's a disgrace. Anyway, he was an awful ref, and now he's making a mess behind the scenes. We need consistent VAR directives through FIFA and UEFA, not Riley.
It's Professional Game Match Officials Board.
There you go. Thank you. I knew you'd get it eventually.
It's just some referees league.
Yeah, I mean, look, something has to be done. Julie says, keep comments respectful. Yeah. Please don't call anybody backwards. It's lovely. Cesare then says, Alan, please keep your comments respectful to our viewers and guests. Yes, you monumental. In fact, go and take your face for a shite. There you go. I expect us to make some serious business in the summer. Scott says, wouldn't want Neymar, to be honest. Kevin says, VAR, transparency, do same on rugby on big screen so everybody can see, ref, fans, and the media. Would that ever work, Alex?
I don't think now. I think it would have worked if they'd have had that as part of the package from day one. because then we would have all been accustomed to it. But I think if they just introduce it, I think it will be pandemonium, because when fans can see they can see the screen, and 40,000 of them disagree with the decision, they're just not going to drop it for the rest of the match. It's going to be even worse. So I think it needed. I mean, possibly, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I just feel about it. I feel like they should have done it from day one if they were going to. But football fans are not the same as rugby fans.
Bloody
you know,
French.
there's not as much violence and ultras groups. It's not the same sort of thing. So you've got to be careful. This isn't just going to be rolled out across the nice clubs. There are going to be every club that has access to VR will probably use it, and there are certain sections of fans that aren't always nice. So
Will wants to know what your take on Dybala is as well, Alex.
Oh, I'd take Dybala in a heartbeat, but it's another one of those players that again, we've got to be careful we don't absolutely destroy our wage structure, because we haven't got Trippier and these players on massive wages, really. We've got quite reasonable wages so far. So we can't suddenly jump from 120k to 400. Like,
I agree.
It's just not going to work. We're going to have to. I mean, they do want a marquee. I would imagine they keep talking about it, but we can't go and break the wage structure that much. You're going to have to do it incrementally. So bring in bigger names on maybe 150, 200k. Let me just look at Man United. Look at the sort of wages there. A lot of them are on 300-400 grand, and they're massively underperforming. We've got to be careful because we don't have the revenue.
That's how egos start too, is when you got players that are on bigger wages and then they're not performing. Then there's like dressing room unrest, because it's like, oh, you're getting paid triple of my amount, but you're doing fuck all for the team. This is why you got to go the Man City route too, where like I think most of the players are on like equal pay.
Yeah,
but we don't want to be dependent on. We don't want high wages without the revenue. We don't want artificial revenue from like not fake sponsorship, but kind of sponsored. We don't want to be propped up by the owner and sponsors, because you've seen what's happened to Chelsea. You know, we need to grow organically alongside this help that we're getting from them, so we don't collapse. We need to make sure this is a sustainable project, because what, are they going to own us forever? Possibly not. It needs to be done in the right way, and I think they know that. So
I'd prefer to do it kind of like the way Liverpool did it. You know, the way they kind of go out and they buy a relatively unknown kind of player, right? But the thing is, remember Andy Carroll and Suarez signed at the same time, and Andy Carroll was the big signing, and then Suarez went on to be like a world beater. Like, all their kind of they don't go out spend hundreds of millions on players. They go like maybe 40 million, 30 million here, whatever.
Good players that are good for the way they play.
Yeah. I do think we should get a Dybala type signing.
I agree.
If it doesn't break our wage structure too much, we've got to try and get them to come down to our level of the rest of the players, maybe with bonuses and incentives. We've got to be careful.
Chris Murray, out in America, thank you very much for your $4.99, matey. Good evening, gentlemen. Keep up the good work. I enjoy the show. Thank you, me old mucker. And we have a guy who I haven't spoken to for a very long time. Annie, good evening.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing
good.
Pretty well.
How's life down in Bristol? Have you seen much of the Man United supporter down there?
Actually, no. I'm still not buying into this Man United debate with John. I don't know. Look, there's all the evidence, but look, I'm still not. I still need proper proof.
And if a solicitor looked at that evidence, he's guilty. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but as a Newcastle fan, and I'm sure every other Newcastle fan on this fan forum will agree, you don't put things like Glory, Glory, Man United. You don't do a show all about Ralph Rangnick. You know, it's Man United. We don't give an actual monkey's baboon's arse about Manchester United. We never will. It's bizarre, and I can't understand it, and I never will understand it. But John Sinclair is a man who, let's say he does his own thing. He loves live streaming. He will live stream 24 hours a day if he could. As soon as he's back in the house and he's shouted at his mum and his tea's on the table and he's straight back in front of the live stream and wants to talk about the good old red and white of Manchester United. Listen, it's his choice. You've got to love him for it. Anyway, how's Bristol City doing, Annie?
I've just looked them up.
Inconsistent. One word to describe them. Look, the season's over. We're not fighting for anything. So look, it's just.
Dude, you've got the third worst defense in the Championship, but you're comfortably safe. What's your defense made of? You got 69 conceded. We're only in March.
Our defense is as stable as spaghetti. It's so weak. We've got no organisation at the back. We've signed Tim Closer from, I think it was Norwich, on a free transfer. He's been absolutely woeful. Look, he would have done a better job.
I'm not having a laugh, but I think you guys need Steve Bruce.
Defensive organisation.
Did you not see him, Manny? Did he not go, my hero, Steve Bruce? Hello.
I mean, they just drew 2-2. That was their last game, wasn't it? West Brom, Bristol City.
I was at the game. It was painful. The last minute.
Annie, can I just say before I left Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Your defense of Steve Bruce was utterly horrific, right? If I could have jumped down the internet line all the way to Bristol, I would have, and give you a mighty slap across the chops, young lad, because what you were saying about Steve Bruce, I cannot ever forgive you for. To know you must have been taking the pee. You must have been.
I wasn't. I was being genuine.
My fat, hairy elephant's ass, right? I'm not having it.
Sin bin.
Look,
I mean, listen, go on.
At the time, I think West Brom had just lost 2-0 at home to Swansea. And the criticism of him was justified, but some of the criticism was absolutely ludicrous. Some of it was ludicrous. He had 5 games. The gap between him when he joined, I think they were 5th, to about 12th was 2 points. Yes, he's lost. He didn't win any of the 5 games. They dropped, but just a tiny slip up in the Championship, and you'll drop about 5 places. That's the nature of it. That's how it is. It's not like the Premier League where most of it is just top boys, and then what are you laughing for? The gap between 9th and 10th is 10 points.
Hey, hang on a minute. Who are you talking to? Me or Chippers?
Chippers. He's laughing.
Oh, that's all right.
Very dismissive.
Listen, I value your opinion, Annie. It stinks worse than cow's dung, but I value it. Right? Shane over in Australia says that Fiji are ranked higher than San Marino. Well, is that anything to shout about for Fiji? I'm not sure. Good evening, Brian. Luke says Dublin, where's Barbara? What the hell's that all about? I'm not even going to just forget that. Agree, Paul, that refs should be more open with their decisions, but the regular antics from some players, play acting and surrounding the ref, etc., don't help the refs or the game and aren't punished. I mean, if we talk about behaviour, Roy, Alan, when he got sent off for Everton against us last week, I mean, his behaviour there, I mean, it was dreadful.
It was, and I mean, he knew himself it was a red card anyway. He must have known. When I first saw it, I thought, nah, that's not red. But then, because Maximan keeps doing that anyway. But yeah, it was a red card. He should have just walked out. I'm still gutted. Don't remind me, because I think that if they didn't get that red card, we probably would have drawn that game at least.
Yeah. Jordy says Rooney, England's all-time goal scorer. How many golden boots did he pick up at World Cups and Euros? The majority of his goals came against bog-standard piss-poor sides like San Marino. Is there a difference?
Exactly.
Yeah. Good point.
I mean, the back end was a lot of penalties and a lot of qualification games, wasn't it?
He's got one goal in the World Cup. In 3 World Cups, 1 goal. 1 goal in 3 World Cups.
Yeah, indeed. Cesare says, is Wigwam United from your neck of the woods, Ryan?
Never heard of them, Cesare.
What the hell is that now? Is that your furnace?
I muted my mic earlier because of it. I'm muted
Stop
now. I'm
smelting
muted now.
iron ore.
This isn't Minecraft, Alex.
I can put my hand up and say I've never played that game, and I'll stick to it.
No, my son doesn't. I haven't a clue. I don't understand it at all. No way. Eden says, "Oh God, here we go. Always look forward to these live streams. Keep up the good work, people. Thank you very much." Let's have a look. Geordie says, "Not that I'm comparing Chris Wood to Wayne Rooney. No, of course not. I mean, that would just be insane. Comparing." You're comparing an oak
Wood's
tree
got
to
natural hair.
You could argue Harry Kane's goals are against them, and they're mostly penalties as well. The amount of times he seems to score for England are penalties, or
yeah, they are. To be fair, I mean, look at the last World Cup. I mean, penalties. You talk about getting loads of penalties. Jesus.
Yeah.
Leonardus says we're thinking 5 more points should secure us for next season. Yes, but I think we're safe already. I can't see. I can't see anybody catching us up. To be honest, it's just the way it is. I think they're going to find it very tough. And when you look at somebody like Everton's running, they are not out the shit yet by a long way. No way. And which is why I find it very bizarre the way they went on when they beat us. I mean, Frank Lampard breaking his hand. You saw it was just bizarre because you saw they were having raves in the skips and things like that. It was just unbelievable. And then, of course, you get.
I understand that.
And then you get Fred West. Alex, shut up.
Were you about to say Fred
Don't
West?
praise Everton for God's sake on this channel.
But when we were the same, I mean, because as an Everton fan, they didn't know when the next win was coming. For them,
listen,
it was like,
we would never,
lose.
ever, right? I'd just like to point out, we would never let Fred West's son onto the pitch to tie himself to a fucking goalpost. And we'd never let fans in with goddamn flick knives. What's that all about? That just got overshadowed by everything.
Oh, I did see that, yeah.
Just a fan taking a goddamn penknife out his pocket and just flicking up the knife and saying, oh, there you go, chop his fucking head off. What's that all about?
Well, did you see what he was protesting for oil, but yet he had stuff on his hands that were made by oil?
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Where did his Fred West glasses got made of? Oil. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Did he go onto the Spurs game as well, though?
That wasn't the same kid. It was somebody trying to get on, but I think they were just trying to get in.
Spurs game.
Trying to get on the Spurs game, try and get in the media again, try and get noticed.
No, I was only countering you, Paul, because of bloody Gabby Bonlahor again. We keep getting criticised. Everton, even Arsenal and us, we get criticised for celebrating like we've won a cup.
Oh, I know.
Well, sorry,
I'm only
we don't
leg,
win a lot
of
cups, so we've got to celebrate when we. It's nice for us to celebrate. Like a lot of these people who, I don't know what it's like to be a Man United fan or so, because they've had 10, 15 situations where they've won a trophy in a lot of people's lifetimes. Like we don't know what that's like, so we do celebrate our victories, however small the big six might think they are. For us, these things are important.
Scott, Neymar wouldn't tie up FFP because apparently it's been scrapped, which means ding dong, my friend, ding dong.
Has it?
I've not heard it today.
I wouldn't think it has because
it's not
it's
official.
A New York Times
UEFA,
article that's come out with
like
this.
The New York Times.
Yeah, that's
listen. If it's in the New York Times, it's truth, right? There you go. Don't diss the New York Times. Look, if it's gone, it's gone. If it hasn't, it hasn't. But listen, either way, ding dong, boys, ding dong. That's just the way it is. Bandar says Darwin Núñez. He's certainly getting linked with us a lot. He's one of the. Listen, I genuinely think come the summer, Newcastle United are going to be linked with every professional footballer in the world. Not from Bristol City, obviously, Annie. What I mean is the top leagues from the top teams. So unfortunately, we don't count, lower league Sunday pub teams as one of those, unfortunately. Even though I'd love to see Bristol City in the Premier League, I think they're a club that should be there. But unfortunately, it's not looking like it's going to happen anytime soon. Unless you get Steve Bruce there, the Messiah, coming in and just sweeping, taking Bristol City to new heights of League Two or even the Conference.
Has he actually won since May?
Well, I think
yeah.
he's won
2 games.
Fulham.
2 games.
They've won 2 games, yeah.
Somehow they beat Fulham, top of the league. Don't know how they managed that.
I mean, they did
1-0.
play well, Alex. They did play very well in that game.
Oh,
Well, obviously the Woods,
1 in
Steve Bruce's
14.
manager, Annie. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
I don't get your. I mean, listen, you can put the intellectual glasses on all you want, mate. It's not going to have any bearing on my respect for you for those Steve Bruce comments, mate. It's just not. It doesn't change who you are or what you said. Caitlin and Nick said that we will win the Champions League before PSG. PSG are bottle jobs. Richard says absolutely, Ryan. Really don't want Newcastle to be a Galactico type team. We need honest, quality players who have a genuine interest in improving themselves and working for the team. I fully agree with that. That's what we want to see. But there is going to be a need for flair players, Alex, isn't there? At some point, we're going to have to get, a couple, because that's just teams are made up of them.
I don't know. I think Galactico. I mean, we could do Galactico style. I think that's not necessarily the problem. The problem is bringing in attitudes and bad eggs. You can do Galacticos if it's done the right way, because there have been, Real Madrid sides that were very unified, and it depends how it's done. And I think our owners are going to do it the right way. I mean, hence Amanda Stavley went and visited the Man City training facilities. They look like they're on the right track. They're doing all the right things, saying all the right things. It would be weird if they went and did a completely reverse Uno and went the wrong way. Like, it looks like they're going the right way. Galacticos, we are linked with Hazard and Dembele as well. I don't know if you've seen it. It looks like there's some people reporting that Rafinha's nailed on for Barca.
Yeah. How good was Dembele on Sunday against Real Madrid, by the way? He absolutely ripped them a new one.
I'd turn it back. I'd take him back. I'd take him to Newcastle in a heartbeat, man, because it's just his injuries. Like
Dembele?
His level is high. Like he's Mbappe level when he's fit.
Oh, God. He was. I mean, his pace was frightening, but not just his pace, his skill, his actual skill on the ball, running with pace. It wasn't like he was just knocking the ball past them and running around. He was actually doing things with the ball while running like a bloody, coyote. It was just incredible. And the balls he was playing in for Aubameyang. I mean, I thought Aubameyang played very well as well. Sorry, Arsenal, but it's he did. But Dembele, wow. We've got PD Proudlock coming in, looking like he's in a catalogue pose on his sofa.
Timothy.
How are you
doing
doing?
a level 7 pose, isn't he?
Good. I was about to say that.
Yeah. Where's you got the knobbly bobblies there, Pete, ready to go?
Oh, God.
He's got his Coke and Rums like he does every Friday.
I didn't fucking see it. I didn't fucking see
it. Matthew says Baz loves Chris Wood. He does. He does. Listen, I can't defend Baz with what he says about Chris Wood, but it is Baz's, it's his opinion. I
wonder what Chris Wood's got to do wrong for Baz to change his mind.
Well,
how bad the performance has got to be.
His first touch is like a trampoline, man. It just goes off his head. Boop.
Yeah, but then Baz made a comment on his show the other night. I'm going to call you out on this, Baz. I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm calling you out on it. You said that he's not there to control the ball. He's there to use his head. And I found that quite disturbing that he's a Premier League footballer. Surely he should be able to control a football and bring us into play. He doesn't do any of that. And I'm not going to bang on about his effort and everything like that, because his effort is there. He works his ass off, as every one of the players does.
And that's not value work rate. That's not value work. Let's not value work rate all the way up here, because the game is football and you got to have ability as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just think he's crap, but it's not his fault. What's your thoughts on Bournemouth captain Lloyd Kelly? We've been linked. Think Eddie can work wonders with him. I haven't heard that one actually.
That's been around a lot of places. Well.
Ex-Bristol City, yes.
Well, ex-Bristol City.
Yeah, he's been heavily linked.
He saw the light. He saw the light and he moved on.
But Bournemouth might get promoted, so
yeah.
Yeah. Julie, really? By the way, Paul's Mac is broken. Not sure if he's mentioned it. I have to mention it for the crap standard of streaming that I've been broadcasting lately, because I miss me little MacBook, man. And I'm having to pay £800 for it to get fixed. But never mind. You know, nobody seems to care about that. And somebody had the
800
cheek
quid,
to.
did you say, Paul?
Paul, you
Sorry?
need Apple Care.
800 quid, did you say?
Yeah. Ryan,
Jesus.
please don't mess it. Please, seriously, man. Susan mentioned that to me as well. She said, well, what about Apple Care? Because they take care even if it's water damaged. Yeah,
Did you
but
try
I'm still
putting
trying
a
to find
bag of
out which
rice?
child of mine decided to soak the fucking thing in the first place.
Think you need to put your
Every
laptop
time I
in a
ask them,
giant
they
bag of
just
rice,
look at each
Paul.
other. Sorry?
You should put your laptop in a big bag of rice.
Ryan, go and eat a beaver. Yeah, it's £790 to be precise, Peter. But listen, it's my own fault. I shouldn't have left it where I did, where it was vulnerable for the kids to do whatever they did to it. But, you know, Caitlin and Nick said that when my laptop catches up, Paul's laptop running slow because he's been downloading. No, I'm not having that. Whatever. Cesare says first time in Jules. Cesare, go and fight the shark, mate. It's what you're good at. Matthew says Kepa is a poor keeper with a poor attitude.
No, I don't really rate him as well.
I mean, do we really need a new goalkeeper? Is anybody thinking that, you know, we do need a goalkeeper?
A backup one would be good because I think we need to sell
Darlow.
So you think Dubravka's good enough as a number one moving forward, Pete?
At the moment, yes, but I think we will get better. I mean, we will be in that transfer market in the summer, no doubt about that. And there will be better players coming in, whether it's goalkeeper or pretty much every position around the squad.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading these ridiculous comments laughing at me. What the hell? Tom and Jerry Toonami. Okay. Oblak is a quality keeper, but I think he'd want Champions League football. Well, listen, we're going to have Champions League football after next season, so why not?
Everybody said the same thing about Trippier, and he's here in a black and white shirt.
Indeed.
Bruno's in a black and white shirt as well. He's come from the Champions League, and he's not playing in the Champions League anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I think this Champions League thing needs scrapping, to be honest, because I think, look, it's what it is. Players are going to come because of the ambition at the club and what. I'm not going to say the wages are going to count for a lot. Yes, they are, and this, but what they're also going to. We've clearly sold a vision to Kieran Trippier, clearly, and to Bruno, because we wouldn't be able to get that quality player in. And look at where we were when we signed Bruno and Trippier, by the way. Look at the position. Yet we managed to bring in two fantastic players. Dan Burn, you know, who's done. I mean, listen, the criticism of Dan Burn from some aspects of our fan base has been nothing short of a disgrace, saying that he's cost us the games at Chelsea and Everton. I mean, look, that man has been monumental for us. He's stood tall. He's been in battle with Shah week after week. And I cannot understand that for the life of me, why people are so easy picking players out. I mean, I've criticised DSM. I've criticised Chris Wood. But I tell you what, the next time they go onto the pitch, I'll be backing them 100%. If they don't play very well, I'll say they didn't play well. But if they did, I'll back them to the hilt again. It's just you wouldn't go into a pub on Thursday night after the Everton game, Chippers, and stand with your mates and go, "Oh, yeah, Chris Wood, he did all right, didn't he?" You'd get a punch in the face.
No, unless you've had some strong drugs. Unless you've had plenty of drink and some strong drugs, because I just... Like his first touches, he's like a tramp on chips with his first touch. It's ridiculous. I don't get why people are criticising Burn, because let's be honest, the Chelsea game, Havertz shouldn't have been on the pitch to score that goal, and I just think the Everton game was just one of them games where it won't happen again because of the freak of it, and the players were mentally and physically exhausted from 3 games in 7 days. So just, as I said, I didn't have a meltdown because I thought, well, it's 2 defeats in 11. We're out of the bottom of 3. We're 9 points clear, and we've still got a game in hand. So what's the panic? And we haven't even played our best team yet. We've still got players that are injured.
We haven't ever had our best 11 on the pitch. Good point.
I want to mention Oblak before you move on as well. People have got to remember that somebody's got to win the Champions League this year, and whoever wins the Champions League, there's going to be a bunch of players that think, right, okay, what's my next project going to be? Because I've done it now. Oblak could be one. If Atletico are still in the Champions League, if they win it, which is it's not crazy to suggest they can, then Oblak might go, okay, I'll try a new league. It's very possible.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
There's a lot of context to these conversations about will these superstars move to Newcastle? Well, maybe they've won everything and they want somewhere different. It's very possible.
Haaland wants the perfect project, doesn't he? So, get on the
Oh, I
phone
can't
to his
see that.
agent.
I know Chip was saying.
Toon Review merch. Alex admits he was wrong.
Partially wrong. Partially wrong.
Ibra says after the Dubai visit, players will perform, inshallah. Who was that?
It was just me saying Celia, my mum's boyfriend.
Oh, Christ, I thought you were saying something in bloody Arabian there. I thought, wow, impressive.
I'm not that good. I'm not that talented, yes.
Yeah. Mr. Matthews says Dan Burn has been great, but his fault for Chelsea and Everton goals, tiredness. Hopefully the rest will get us back to focusing for the full game, so no sloppy mistakes later on. I think it was just genuine tiredness, just that 1 second lapse in concentration, you get punished by teams. Unfortunately, we were punished by Everton. I mean, look, I had a bad feeling when Calvert-Lewin came on because, we'd been saying that, is he out for the season? Is he going to come back? He seems to get injured all the time. And then, look, it was a lovely goal. Do I think Dubravka was out of position? I do. I think he was too far over to his right-hand side. Do I think it would have made any difference? Possibly not. But some people was claiming that Iwobi miskicked it. I mean,
no, I don't think he did.
I didn't think he did either. I think, look, it was always going in. So, we just have to suck it up and, we'll just wave to them when they get relegated. SJ says we deserved at least a point, if not 3, against Chelsea. Against Everton, we lacked energy and quality going forward. Bruno played well. Joe Linton and our starting front 3 were awful. I don't think Joe Linton was awful. I think Joe Linton's still injured. And I think Eddie Howe put him in because to go into battle against the likes of Alan and Decore. I genuinely think that. And he's obviously had a chat with Joe Linton before the game and asked Joe how he was feeling. I don't think it was awful. I think he did okay.
Yeah. Awful's the wrong word. People were unfit and sick.
Yeah.
Like, apart from Chris Wood, who
Sharpness.
wasn't, the rest was still, it's context again.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, hats off to Joe Linton for going out there and giving it his all anyway. He's obviously playing in a bit of pain, but it's just the way it is. George says, no Newcastle this weekend. The boys deserve a good break. Haven't we got another stupid fixture schedule, 3 games in a week again? I don't think so.
Probably with Palace rescheduled, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, probably around about
Is it
that.
9 games left.
Something
For
like
us,
that. Yeah,
yes.
nine.
They've got
Well,
9.
Burnley and Everton have 11, so they're going to really struggle with congestion, and it's like the business end.
Caitlin and Nick say, yeah, let's just give Danielle the checkbook and let her go nuts. That's what she wants. Yes, it is, especially with no FFP. But Ross says there's nothing on the BBC about it. Could be paper poop. It could be, or the BBC just are too slow to, get onto it. SJ says, read a hilarious story yesterday about Newcastle going in to save Neymar from his misery at PSG.
How's he miserable there? He's living life on like 600 grand a week while not giving a shit at all.
I know. Annie, what's your take on Neymar?
Look, he's obviously one of the best talents in the world, no doubt about that. In terms of going to Newcastle, I mean, what? Like, how has this all of a sudden just occurred? I don't know. Ryan mentioned he's on a very good contract there, so I see him.
Well, Andy, unfortunately, you're going to have to come to terms with the fact that Newcastle are going to be linked with world-class players now. I know it breaks your heart in two. Well, we think it does, but really, you're a closet magpie anyway. But I just think, people have got to start really thinking like that Newcastle are going to be at the top table for transfers.
That's true, but what I think is, if, for me, personally, in my opinion, if Neymar was to join any club in England, I think it'd be either Manchester City or Manchester United. and most likely he'd probably go back to Spain for me, because I just can't see him, like, I don't know why he'd want to come to England when he could go back
Pep
to
would buy
Spain.
Neymar?
No
Pardon?
chance.
No
I
way.
think Pep would buy
Only
Neymar.
I don't think
buys-
Pep. I don't think Pep rates him, to
Yeah.
be honest.
He buys system wingers like Grealish and Mahrez, and they all do as they're told. Even Grealish has been molded into that sort of. He doesn't play like he used to. Do you think Neymar would do that?
Potentially, but Manchester City have already got
Yeah.
a packed attack, and also, I mean, they wouldn't just spend 100 million on Jack Grealish for them to then, I don't know, bin him off in the next summer, would they? So, look, it's really tough with Neymar. I can just see him staying at PSG next season.
Yeah.
I just think his career will fizzle out, and I think he'll look back on his career, and I think he'll have a lot of regrets. Chesry says that troll's comment was deleted. I know it was, Ches, but I just thought I'd read it out just for the enjoyment of the panel, just to let the panel know that they're all backwards according to that troll. But that's why I read that one out, guys. I knew you'd have deleted it, but I just wanted to have a laugh. Speaking of having a laugh, looking at his face, Archer, good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, you look half normal tonight, Archer.
Aye.
Okay, fair enough. He's a man of many words, is Archer. Luke says, when it decides to... I love these backward faces. Well, there you go. Dark by Design says, oh, my God almighty. I didn't even put Judy's comment on the... Let Alan come on and share his wisdom. Yeah, unfortunately, but... Judy says, to be fair to the troll, the show is looking like the opening of the Brady Bunch meets the Teletubbies. Judy. Tom says, why don't you jump on Alan if you don't like what's been said? Jim also says, I do apologize for the time it's taken for these comments. Hey, Alan, go take your face for a shit. Indeed. Thanks for saying that, Jim. 17th, 20th, 23rd, Lee, Leicester Palace. Yeah, so we do have another 3 games in 7 days. Leicester Palace and Norwich.
Away.
So 2 home. That's not too bad, really, is it? So right, Archer. What do you think of everything going on at the minute? Are you, after the Everton defeat, I know you were disappointed with that, but are you still confident that we can just stay out of it?
I'm confident we'll stay up. But yeah, I reckon we will stay up. I reckon it's going to be between Everton, Leeds, and Burnley and Watford. Them teams will be them teams will be battling out to stay up.
All right. Just hearing the FFP stories on Sky Sports News changed to a salary cap and a luxury tax. I can't see salary cap working over here. I know it works in the States.
Turn it NHL.
All their sports.
No salary cap, it says. No salary.
No salary cap. Okay. Yeah, that's just my eyes going crazy. Charlie, the Leicester fan, good evening to you. Want to give us 60 million for Yuri Tillemans?
No.
I like Tillemans, me. I really do rate him.
Really good player.
Very, very
60
good player.
million.
60 is a lot, yeah.
Not for us, it isn't. Roy,
We're gonna have to pay
come on,
well.
man.
I'm not, but yeah.
Isn't his
days-
contract ending soon? So he should
Yeah,
probably
I
be
don't think he's
cheaper
got
than
long
that.
in his contract. I think Ryan's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a chance we'd get him cheaper.
Yeah.
6 million. There you go. Take the chance.
With all the free transfers available, we need to go and
There's
fish
loads
for how
of-
many yeses we can get for them first, and then knock on the door of other people, because then we'll have a better squad. We haven't paid much for it.
I would have been happy to take it. I would have been happy if I could have got Kessie.
He's gone to Barca.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah, it looks like Rafinha and Kessie are going to go there as well. So
Indeed. Susan says, I heard Rocky was on the panel tonight. For those of you that may have TikTok, may not. I mean, the Toon Review mods have all seen it. Susan did a TikTok of me. I was sort of. We went to the beach on Sunday with the dog or dogs, and I was freezing my ass off, to be honest, because there was a chill wind in the air, and I had shorts and a hoodie on, and I was sort of jumping around keeping warm. And she decided to secretly film me, and then film me running back towards her with Ben. Now, me being in the condition that I am, i.e., illness, etc., I don't run very well at all. But then she put the Rocky theme tune to the Eye of the Tiger. So if you are on Twitter, go and have a look at the Toon Review Twitter. Sorry, not Twitter. TikTok. Go and have a look at the account, and then you will see. God help if she ever does that again. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, but at least those games are spread out a decent amount of time. Mark says, how about Dybala from Juventus? He's on a free in the summer. We've spoke about him. Yeah, I'd have him in a heartbeat. Charlie, the Leicester fan, says Yuri is on peanuts as he took a huge signing on bonus, apparently.
Well, he was one of the best young talents in Europe when Leicester got him. It was quite a surprise when they picked him up initially.
They got him on loan at first, I think. Then they bought him.
Adam says, what about my Tim Krul comment? Would you have him back for a season or two? Yeah, he commented on the video this afternoon just saying that would we have Tim Krul back? For me, no. I think he's done his time.
It'd be really harsh on Woodman, wouldn't it, to bring somebody in over the top of it?
Yeah, but I mean, listen, is Tim Krul better than what we've got now? I'm not so sure he is, to be honest. He's still a very good goalkeeper, but
do you guys see Mikel Marino's comments?
Yeah. Which I find very strange because, he left. Well, he left because he was homesick, apparently.
Yeah.
And listen, he didn't get in the team every week. I don't think he particularly got on very well with Rafa, if I'm openly honest. But, it was one of them things. I mean, Pete, what did you think of Marino?
He was a decent player, I thought. But, he kind of started to fade out a little bit when Diarmi started performing alongside Shelby. But I rated him.
Mm-hmm. It was that back injury that killed him, I think.
Yeah.
Thing as well is he put on release clauses in his contract, and when players do that, you question them straight away when players put release clauses in.
I'll tell you what, though, he's a very, very, very good player, and he's done really well
now.
He is, yeah, and obviously,
what was his comments though? I didn't see it.
About talking about the away fans and stuff, and like where we're going now.
He
says he gets goosebumps and stuff.
Cool.
Leonardo says Sinclair is a United fan. Newcastle, Manchester, Leeds, and Sheffield. Annie, do you want Kieran Clark? We will even pay his bus fare down there.
Sure. This is awful, so go ahead. Yeah.
I think he'd do all right for Bristol City. I don't know about anybody else, but I think that's probably about his level now.
I think he'd do well in the Championship, to be honest.
It'll be a good day.
Let's have a look. Ryan, is that you typing?
Yeah.
Why do people have the loudest keyboards in the history of the world? Right? There is no excuse.
Sinclair walked off. He's doing Sinclair walked off as well.
With bloody bricks. Don't die on us, Archer. Just, cough in peace. Andrew says we need to make John Sinclair one of those half and half shirts. Yeah, that would be good. Dark by Design says that lad is very well spoken for being so young. He is very well spoken, is Annie, and he always has been. However, some of the stuff he says about is about Steve Bruce comes out the other hole in his body, not his mouth. Unfortunately,
he's had to support Bristol City. He had to grow up quick.
Yeah.
Mustache is going to his head.
Yeah. Matthew says, Annie, do you still have a poster of Steve Bruce in your bedroom ceiling?
It's right there.
It's just the cabbage.
Listen, for anyone that didn't know, Annie has a Newcastle United shirt, and it was hanging up in quite a lot of the shows that he joined. I don't know why he's moved into the lavatory now to do his, probably because it's better internet connection in there. But when he used to be in his room, he had a Newcastle United shirt on the wall, which,
Yeah, I remember that.
Kind of it gave it away that he was a closet Geordie.
I may have lost it.
How'd you lose a
I'm
shirt?
sorry.
I think I've lost it. I've not found it in months. I've not seen it in months, so I'm pretty sure it's gone somewhere.
Is that because we sacked Bruce, Annie, was it? Is that because you weren't happy because we
Did
got
you
rid of
burn it
Bruce?
in protest?
It's got Bruce number 9 on the back of it.
I'm burning the shirt. I'm burning the shirt. Sacking that magnificent, intelligent, wonderful football manager.
I bet there are some fans out there that've got Bruce on the back of the Toon shirt. I bet they exist somewhere.
But wasn't there was one put on Twitter months ago, I think, with Bruce 2023 or Bruce Summit. It was a silly number on the back, but it was definitely Bruce. But you can't have that. You can't have that anymore. Anyway, we have come to the end of the fan forum. But obviously, as we're not playing, we are going to do something different. You guys are going to predict where you think Newcastle United will finish next season.
Ooh.
So obviously, we don't know what kind of players we're going to bring in or anything like that. This is just a bit of fun because I'm not going to do this season because we're going to avoid relegation. I'm not worried about that. So where do we finish next season? And Archer, you are first to go. Well, actually, where we finish next season and who would be your marquee signing?
I think next season we'll finish fifth.
Fifth. So we'll just miss out on the Champions League.
Just outside.
If we've done it once with Ashley, we can do it with Piff, can't we? So
well, that's very true.
My key signing, if in the summer, it's got to be Neymar.
Oh, piss off!
We just spoke for about half an hour about why he shouldn't come.
What an absolute monumental bellend. Good night, Archer.
oh, dude.
Twat.
Paul, you need to get some soundboard sounds, a drum roll and an oops sound.
Yeah, you need some more of that, actually.
Hey, probably get sounds on here now, I don't know what sounds we've got. I mean, we've got... Oh, hang on. We've got acoustic cinematic.
I mean, that's probably what you could hear in Archer's head when he was thinking about Neymar.
There you go. We've got a bit of dance pop. Oh, no, I can't wait. It's taking too long to load this shitty bloody laptop. Peter!
I'm going to go seventh.
Seventh, right? And who's going to be your marquee signing?
Oh, I think you might go.
It has to be realistic, right? It has to be realistic.
I think it could well be, because I've heard he's been rumour heavily linked. The Napoli striker, Victor Osimhen.
Osimhen, yeah. He would be a good signing. A very good signing. Right, thanks for coming on, Pete. See you next week, buddy.
No problem.
Take care. By the way, George has just put Susan brilliant TikTok, so he's obviously seen it. Damn.
I was just watching it.
So have Caitlin and Nick. Damn. By the way, guys, do subscribe to the or do join the Toon Review group on Facebook. We're nearly 1,000 members already on there, which is incredible again. So do just look up the Toon Review and click the join. Make sure you agree to the group rules, and you'll be we'll then sort of click to approve. If you don't agree to the rules, we'll decline you and explain why, and then you'll have to rejoin again. But make sure you click on that you will abide by the rules. And you can also find us on Instagram as well. So get yourself on there if you're on the gram, or as I call it, Instadam. Anyway, Annie, outsider looking in from Little Bristol, who will soon be a conference team. Where Newcastle United going to finish next season, and who will be their marquee signing?
I think you'll finish 8th, and I think your marquee signing will be. Honestly, I haven't got a clue, but it's probably going to be Lloyd Kelly, isn't it? He's not a marquee signing, but it's just going to be a signing, I think. He looks like Eddie Howe's worked under him, so I just think.
Are you taking the proverbial piss again, Annie?
No, I didn't
realizing.
The Bournemouth
I kind of
captain's going to be our marquee
look,
signing.
Look, I kind of bent the rules. I just said a signing will be Lloyd Kelly.
Never going to happen.
Fair
enough. Anyway, good to see you, mate. See you soon. Take care.
See you. See everyone.
Bye,
see you, Annie.
Great to see Annie back on. Right, Rohan.
So prediction next season, I think we'll get into the top 10. I'm teetering between 10th or 9th, but I'm going to be positive and go 9th. But more importantly, I think we'll get to the semi-final of one of the 2 cups.
Just the semi. Rohan, we want to bloody win something, man!
I'm being cautiously optimistic.
I know.
Word. I don't want my hopes and dreams to be burnt down. But I think that someone like Calvin Phillips or Darwin Núñez would be a perfect marquee signing.
Yeah, I would be happy with Darwin Núñez. Steve says we'll finish 3rd, and Patrick Schick will be the marquee signing. Susan says we predict we'll come 3rd as well. Susan's knowledge of football isn't great. It's getting better week by week. But hey, if we finish 3rd, I'll be absolutely delighted with that. Darren says John Sinclair, great bloke. He is indeed. No doubt about that. He's one of my best mates. Caitlin and Nick say 2nd, and Mo Salah.
I mean, he's rumoured to be going, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he said he wouldn't be afraid to play in the Premier League as well.
True. Trull says Oshiman. Luke says Haaland all day long. Andrew says Arthur Melo, another Brazilian worth a look. Ian says 8th and Darwin Núñez. Interesting. Right. Did you say a player, Rohan, or not?
Yeah, I said Darwin Núñez or
Calvin
Phillips. So.
Right. Thanks for coming on, mate. Ian, we'll see you next week.
See you next week,
buddy. Great lad, Rohan. Be good to have him back on next week because he's part of the fan forum, just to let you know. Dan says we will squeak into Europe. The top 6 are still going to spend. Dan, just to let you know, I have got your email, matey, and I will reply shortly. It's just obviously some of the stuff you're asking for is on my MacBook, but I'm not allowed to mention that anymore. So as soon as I get that back, providing I can get all my iCloud stuff back, I will send you what you're looking for, mate. So I will reply shortly. Darren says, love this show too, folks. Thank you very much. Kieran says 8th and Lucas Paqueta. Toon Dave says, loving the TikTok like typical Geordie Paul. Shorts and a hoodie. Looked bloody cold. My music was perfect. Yeah, well, Susan's quite good with the graphical stuff. Right, Dublin.
6th and Botman.
6th and Botman.
Yeah.
Right, well, John Sinclair's convinced he's going to Milan, by the way. I just,
Why would you
I've heard that as well.
He's got a. He would say that being half Italian, wouldn't he?
Italian papers saying that. That's.
I know.
Our papers say the same. Let's say that he's coming to us. So,
but he says the same thing. Anybody like when he wouldn't come to Newcastle, like he'll not come to Newcastle. Like. Know what I mean?
He's still saying that about Trippier.
Yeah, I know. Trippier will never come to Newcastle. He'll never come. Oh, bless him. Caitlin and Nick say, you heard it from me. First, Salah going to refuse a Liverpool contract. Then he's going to come to Newcastle and get us Champions League. Also, I'm going to come on the fan forum next week. This is Nick, by the way. Well, it'll be good to see you, Nick. Dan says, I didn't know about the MacBook until today's repeated vomiting of it. Haha. Thanks, Dan. I'm now not going to send you the stuff you wanted. Toon Dave says, something wrong with your MacBook? You've not mentioned it tonight at all. Paul Ditchburn wasn't on Geordie Shaw. Joke, of course. Michael Marsden says, brilliant TikTok. Cheeky bugger! It's not. Oh, everybody's seen it now, aren't they? Right, Dublin, thanks for coming on, matey. Nice to see you again, mate, and hopefully back on next week, buddy.
Yeah, I've just been real busy lately.
Yeah, with women, no doubt.
Women and looking for a new job as well. So.
Oh, God. Right, take care, mate. Speak to you soon.
All right, good luck.
See you, mate.
Good night. What we got now? Salah would be a great backup for Fraser, says Rohan. Yeah, he sure would. Chesria says, I'm sure Connor Cody's MacBook is working. Chesria, go and wrestle a shark, will you? I'm sick of your attitude tonight. Jesus. Caitlin and Nick says, can you go down next week and do the Baywatch scene, please, Paul? Absolutely not. Simon says, great TikTok, Susan. Paul needs to work on his chicken legs. Chicken legs? They're bloody hockey players' legs, I'll have you know. Anyway, Ryan.
I'm gonna say 8th, and Bill Bento.
Be serious, you bloody French Canadian bugger.
I know who he's going to see. I know who he's going to see here.
Well, it's going to be Jonathan Davis, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go out the box. I'm gonna say Anthony from Ajax.
Sick.
Interesting. Right, thanks for coming on, Ryan, and see you next week, buddy.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Take care, man. Chippers.
I'm going to say 8th, comfortable 8th, in a good cup run, and I'm going to shock everybody, and we're going to shock people by nabbing Haaland just for the fact he says he wants to join the right club for the right project. He doesn't care about not being in the Champions League or anything, and where that project that he can just be a club legend here. That's
fair enough. I like your thinking. Right, thanks for coming on, matey.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks because I'm at work next Tuesday. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, man. No worries. Take care.
See you, mate.
Good night. And the King of Qatar.
Okay, I've got two different.
See, I knew he was going to say I've got. You're as bad as Alex was sitting on the bloody fence, man.
Yeah, because they might go with the Galactic Project thing and
the Galactic Project. Are we what? Is St James's Park turning into the Starship Enterprise now? Are we is Captain Kirk going to manage the team?
Yeah, it's going to be huge, I think. But
fair enough.
I don't think we're going to see the Mbappe's in them. So
no.
I'd really like to see Rafinha from Leeds on the right wing. We've got Maximin on the left. It's going to be exciting anyway.
But unfortunately, there are rumours he's already signed agreements for Barca to be the Dembele replacement.
Is he?
It's not confirmed, but it's a lot of respected journalists. There's a lot of noise about it, so it looks. It's not confirmed, but you never know.
There's another thing that makes me think we'll finish high up is we didn't win in the first 17, 18 games. Oh, we had one win, and then the last 10, 11 games we won 6. So imagine if we had Eddie Howe from the beginning playing that football with this squad. So we probably would have been 7th, 8th now. So I'm going to go 5th next season. Yeah. So I think we'll go. You look at the teams below Spurs, all beatable, really, on the day. We played West Ham away with Eddie Howe, better than them. So I think we'll finish 5th next season, 5th. And the Marquee signing. Okay, if he's going to Barca, we get Dembele.
Yeah, I'd love Dembele. Absolutely,
I would love to have him on the right. Yeah,
and be interesting, very interesting. Right, great. Thank you for coming on, Roy. And
cheers,
take care out there, matey, and we'll speak to you soon, buddy.
I'll take some photos of Chris Wood on Sunday. And
you're going to see him, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to see him on Sunday. I'm not allowed to approach him, but I'll figure something out. I'll flash
Just
me
say the Toon Review loves you. Just say that.
You
and
might
he'll be
steal the
happy.
ball off him.
I'm not even going to tell him anything. I'll probably
Right, just stick them on the
yeah.
Facebook group, Roy, will you? When you
I
get
will.
some.
Yeah,
Nice
for
one.
sure.
Right, speak to you
Okay,
next
doke.
week, buddy.
See you, lads. See you
Take
next
care.
week. Bye.
So there you go. A few more comments before we wrap up the show. I'm not asking you any predictions yet, Alex, because we'll do that on a preview show. Susan says, thank you. Keep an eye out. Will be more of the team on TikTok soon. They don't know it yet. Yes, Susan is actually going to do some TikToks involving you, Alex, involving Danielle, and involving all the mods. So stay tuned for that, because that should be absolutely hilarious.
I am recording some stuff for you as well for Polish football. Before I leave, I'm going to do some random vlogs and bits and bobs. And if Paul likes any of it, he can mash it together, and you guys can see what terrible standard of football I've got to watch over here. But some of it's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Luke says, Paul, that video TikTok is amazing. Tell Susan to put the Baywatch tune in the background. I'll be there whenever you need. I actually thought she was going to put the Baywatch in when I was jogging, but she decided to go with Rocky. But hey ho. Jim says, lovely bloke is Roy. Indeed, he is. Top man. Love him to bits. Can't wait to actually meet him face to face and reminisce about the days of crocodillos and sticky shoes and stuff like that. But anyway, Alex Isco, is he not finished yet?
He's 29. He's the same age as me. He was in my class, so he's definitely not finished yet.
Well, yeah. Cesare says,
Champions League medals as well.
Indeed. Susan is one talented so-and-so. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Lee says, Paul runs like my nana going to the bingo. Cheers. I love yous all, really. Right. Thank you very much for everybody watching the show tonight. Thank you to everybody that sent in super chats. Really, really generous. Does keep the channel going. So thank you very much for that. And also, like I say, hit the thumbs up if you have enjoyed the show tonight, guys. And if you are new and you like what you've seen, please do consider subscribing. So close to 10,000, which I never thought would be possible when I first started the channel. But listen, it's a big family now, the Toon Review. It's not just me. It's Alex, Danielle, all the mods behind the scenes who work really hard with it as well, who I take the mickey out of all the time, but they know I love them to bits because of the hard work they put in. And to you, all the viewers and subscribers, it wouldn't be possible without you guys either. So a massive thank you to you as well. So you can become a member of the Toon Review if you wish as well. Just hit the join button underneath the video and it will take you to the join and you just set it up. I don't know how it works. Actually, I've never really looked at it, to be honest. I really should, but I don't. And also a big shout out to channel sponsors, Geordie Riffs, premium guitar lessons for beginners and children based in the Northeast, guitar repairs and servicing, of which they're offering 10% off each one at the moment. They do have their own recording studio available for you, and they will also give you your first guitar lesson free of charge if you mention the Toon Review. You'll find them at geordieriffs.co.uk. On the interweb, Instagram is at Geordie Riffs and Facebook at Geordie Riffs Official. So give Graham and Natalie a shout for all your guitar needs. What the hell is going on in the private chat? No. Oh, it's good. You're right. I see now. Right. Yeah, okay. I'll get on with the show. Stop distracting me, guys. Gary says there's never a join button on my iPad, Paul. No, but there is a link to it in the description below under the video. So, yeah, just have a look at it. It's all there. It's all there. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure when the next live show is going to be, but it's going to be something along the lines of looking at Newcastle's remaining games and where me and Alex and Danielle, if she's available, are going to finish. Look at the remaining fixtures, see how many points we can get, something like that, just to keep bringing you the content. The daily news videos will continue as well, so I hope you're enjoying them. And there'll be even better quality once I get back my graphics back and I get back in my little studio instead of this poxy dressing room. But it will happen. It will happen. But thank you very much for all your support, guys, and we will see you very, very soon. Take care.